And so Mariana, this brings me to another question, and is the question of the mind, the subconscious mind.
Oh.
You know, because sometimes I guess, well, no, I don't guess, but it's more like I know that the subconscious mind will play also a very important role here. So what happens with the subconscious mind?
Wow. What happens? As Earl Nightingale said, whatever we plant in our subconscious mind and nourish with repetition and emotion will one day become a reality.
Wow.
So whatever thoughts we actually put in our mind, that's what becomes a reality. And most people are not aware of that and don't think of that. It's kind of living on automatic again, and without any awareness that they create the reality, because whatever is within us, we create the reality by the way we are thinking, and it's no one else. And it comes down to taking responsibility. But how can you take responsibility if you're not even aware? So you got to become aware.
Exactly.
You know, and then you can really take responsibility and be mindful and catch yourself. What are you actually thinking? What are you saying to yourself? Are you empowering yourself or disempowering yourself? Because that's what it comes down at the end of the day. How we look at things, what we believe, that's what we bring on to our life. While it comes down to health, wealth, happiness, love, joy, or you can be miserable, because if you think miserable thoughts and you're putting yourself down, and your inner critic is like, I'm not good enough, no one likes me, I'm not going to try this, I may fail, then that's what you're bringing on in a way. That's what most people do.
Yeah.
Done without awareness and without conscious thought.
Yeah. And so for someone who is very much unaware that the subconscious mind has really taken over, and well, I know you mentioned awareness, but what's before awareness, you know? Because once we need to, when we are, when
but you gotta realize that something is not working. Whatever is happening in your life, you gotta be like, realize, well, I'm not quite happy, I'm not where I am, because, and search for answers. Why is this happening? And to understand our subconscious mind a little bit better, I'll give you an analogy. Is to compare the subconscious mind as the garden. When you are the gardener, and as you look after your garden, you can plant seeds of thoughts, and those seeds of thoughts planted directly into your subconscious mind. And either you realize this or not, those seeds of thoughts are your habitual way of thinking. So it's the way we think on a daily basis, and we have anyway between 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day, and most of them are the same thoughts every single day. So if your habitual way of thinking is negative, then obviously you will be negative. You wouldn't see anything positive or optimistic if you habituated to think on negative. And the thing is, you can plant flowers in your garden, or you can plant weeds, and both of them will grow. If you plant flowers, positive thoughts, you will reap beautiful rewards, because you're planting flowers. And if you're planting weeds, negative thoughts, then well, you will be getting weeds, you won't be getting flowers.
Yeah. And so Mariana, if when I understand that of us planting those positive thoughts. But if in our subconscious mind, if we are not aware of the negative ones, if we're not aware of that, of where the base or the root of what's not working in our life is, then will those flowers grow? Will those positive seeds grow? Or we need to start with how do you say this? Killing the weeds.
Digging the weeds out. So it's definitely, you gotta be aware, first of all, that there is weeds there, and every single one of us have weeds. I've got plenty of weeds. And I'm killing off the weeds on a regular basis. Before that, I wasn't necessarily aware. You kind of go with the flow, and you're happy, you said, and this is what it is.
Yes.
And that's what it comes down. That once you're aware and you feel like something is not working and you start questioning, then you've got awareness. And it comes down to how willing are you to be mindful of your thoughts, to know that you've got the power to stop and redirect your thoughts in a different direction, to be able to, and it's not easy, it's hard work, because we've been conditioned, and if someone's been doing that for a while, then obviously it's going to take a while to be mindful, catch yourself, redirect yourself to a different, more empowering thought.
Yeah. Yes. I think that's the bit that sometimes can put people off.
Yeah. And if it was easy, everyone will be doing it, you know. And that's why most people stay where they are. And don't necessarily progress, and they may be stuck for years in a specific situation, or earning the same amount of money, or staying in the relationship that they are, even though it's not working. It all depends what's going on, because where they are, even though it's not what they want, they are comfortable with what they are. And to get out of the comfort zone, to go and do something else, it's uncomfortable. So most people don't want to be uncomfortable, to move on and do something differently. And because we stay.
I think that's so important to mention. Thank you, Mariana, because it is going to feel uncomfortable, as I say, and we just have to be aware of that, you know. And the good thing is that once you have gone past the discomfort, then you are a different person.
Yes, you gotta stretch yourself, and they say it's like 4 degrees. So the maximum growth for us, it's at the border of comfort and challenge. So that's where the maximum growth, and you gotta get yourself uncomfortable to really grow into the person that you want, or to make any changes in your life, regardless what it is. And it can be something really small. It still will feel uncomfortable. Like a good example of this is, and it's something really silly, but someone can try it at home. It's the way you put your toilet roll, paper roll. If you used to having it out, if you flip it the other way, automatically you would want to go and change it. Why? Because that's not the way you want it. So someone can try this. It doesn't feel right. It's uncomfortable. And I do this, and I do this myself. Now I'm letting it go. I'm okay with it, but I used to actually change it because it wasn't the way I wanted. My husband was putting it the wrong way, and I used to put it and flip it the other way because it wasn't my way. I used to be a control freak a little bit, so I wanted to done my way. And and slowly I'm letting go of all that. And I'm okay with things being a different way, not only the way I think they should be.
Thank you for that reminder, Mariana. I think it's so valuable for all of us. And so, Mariana, let's move a little bit into some of those strategies that you share in the book. And I know that there's one that is very easy that you can share with all of us, for us to start, you know, claiming this time now for us.
Wow. There's quite a few strategies in the book, but the one that I've been implementing on a daily basis, and the one that I really fall in love with, and the one that you don't necessarily have to do it in the morning, then you can do it at any time of the day, is taking 6 deep breaths in and out and recenter yourself. And it's a form of meditation. You can do it in the morning if you choose to, or you can do it anytime you feel like you gotta get back to really center yourself. And you taking a deep breath in through your nose And then you're blowing out like you're blowing through a straw. You're breathing out through your mouth. So
Okay.
let's have a go at this, Laura.
Yes.
Laura, try have a go at this. So take deep breath in through your nose. And breathe all the way out through your mouth like you're blowing through a straw. And again, deep breath in. Breathe all the way out. And again, deep breath in. And breathe all the way out. And we can choose this to do this 6 times. And while doing this, if you stress or if you feel like you overwhelmed or you're frustrated, you can also say to yourself, I breathe in calmness, I'll breathe out stress, or I'll breathe in peace, I'll breathe out overwhelm, or I breathe in love, I breathe out frustration. Whatever resonates with you and what you feel like you need in those moments, that's what it comes down to. And you can do this anytime. And this is bringing yourself back to self and center yourself and tapping into the parasympathetic system and activating the vagus nerve by taking 6 deep breaths in and out.
Yeah, lovely, lovely. I love this because it creates that space of intention, which we intend and we choose what we breathe in and what we breathe out. So it's exercising that power of choice.
Yes, it all comes down to choice and knowing and having the tools as well, obviously, because I mean, you may want to do things differently, but if you don't have awareness and you don't know what to do and how to do it and what's going to help you, then, you know, there's no choice.
Yes, totally. Mariana, I have enjoyed this chat so much, and I'm sure people are going to be enjoying this book deeply, deeply. So tell us a little bit about where are you selling it? Where can people get it?
It's on Amazon, so everyone can order. It's on Kindle as well as hard copy. They can also find it. I think it's on my Facebook page, Mariana Ardelean page on Facebook. There is a link there that they can buy it, and I will post it to them.
Fantastic.
And yeah,
lovely. And just as a little, you know, being you the author, what is your favorite part of this book?
I will say the meditation, because that's what made the big difference in my life, and being able to pause and choose and being able to focus on the things that I want and to center myself in those moments that I may feel like, wow, what the heck is going on? Yes. So that's what kind of I'm bringing myself back to now,
Beautiful.
And know that I can handle it.
Yeah. Oh, yes. And so when people buy this book, do they get access to some extra resources?
Oh, definitely. There is 4 guided meditations as well as infographic that they get to print out if they choose to, what they can do on a daily basis to move themselves and center themselves and set themselves up for success, whatever success means to them at the end of the day.
Oh, I love it, Mariana. And so, okay, what is your website?
There is a couple of websites, but they can go on yourtimeisnow.com.au. That's one of the websites for the book. Or they can find me at empoweringstrategies.com.au or otherwise marianaardelean.com.
Fantastic. And Facebook?
Facebook, it's my page. It's Mariana Ardelean page.
Ardelean. How do you spell Ardelean?
Ardelean.
Fantastic. So everybody, you can go to Mariana's Facebook page or her website, get the book, get into the meditations, and start living now. Your time is now.
Yes.
So Mariana, before we finish, you know, I have to ask you the customary question at the Love Approach Project podcast. And that is, how does Mariana approach life with love?
Wow. Taking in consideration that I'm a health professional, it all comes down to love.
Yeah.
First of all, we gotta love ourselves to be able to love others.
Yeah.
And through the work that I'm doing now, it definitely comes down to appreciating, having gratitude for where you're at, and loving yourself and coming from a place of love, care, and respect.
Beautiful. Well, Mariana, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for sharing all this empowering information, life-changing information, really. You know, because when we apply these things that we talked about today, our life can really radically change. So thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. My pleasure.
Yeah, and so anyway, thanks everyone for joining us today. Thank you for listening, watching. We really hope that this interview brings you lots of value. So until next week. Bye. Bye, Mariana.
Bye. Thank you.